Hi, and thanks for coming back to another episode of From the Foundation Up. Today's episode is about the history of Welbilt Homes. Who is Welbilt? How did it come about? Or all those things. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to take you back to 1986, quite a few years ago. And in 1986, my husband and I, at that point in time, we were married 6 years. We got married in 1980. And between 1980 and 1986, he had two jobs. He was first a mason. He worked for his uncle and he worked for his cousin in the masonry trade. He learned how the trade worked. He did brick, block, stone, stucco. They did flat work. And then he did, the economy was awful back in the early 1980s. And so then he went to work for his cousin, and he had a pretzel bakery, Keystone Pretzels, up in Lancaster. And there he did maintenance, and he worked in the transportation. He was a truck driver. I worked as a medical secretary at the Reading Hospital, and we did that for 7 years before. I was a little bit before that in 79. And then one day, out of the clear blue sky, we were going to the grocery store, and he just looked over at me and he said to me, I can still remember the exact place because it floored me. He said to me, I'm going to go in business for myself. And I'm like, oh, okay. We didn't discuss that, but okay. You know, I always said that no matter what he did, I'll stand behind whatever you choose to do. I won't stand in front of you and I won't stand behind you, but I will stand aside of you. And so that's what I've always done. And 1986, he decided he was going to go into the masonry business. And so that took off. It just took off like a rocket. And so he started off, he did a few jobs. They were like smaller jobs. And then he went to a couple of the local builders and he started laying brick, block, and stone, doing some flat work for the local builders. And then from there, he decided that we were going to build a couple spec homes. So we built the first one, and we built the second one, and we built the third one, and we fell in love with doing that. That was all right. I loved doing that. It became more than just doing payroll and bookwork. Now that you were having some interaction with actual people doing design work for their homes, and I loved it, and he loved it. It seemed like we were born to do that, and so that took off. So from the late 80s to 1993, we built homes just under Reinert masonry type of thing. And then we decided, you know what, let's get real about this. And we incorporated and we formed Welbilt Homes, and it grew from where it is today. So that was back in 86 to 93 was when Welbilt Homes was inception. And then from 93, we built another home in Maple Grove. That was our larger office than the first one. The first one was really, really tiny. And the second one, that one got larger. But I still lived there. I lived in my home and the office. We had an at-home office, which is more fashionable today than back then, but it was what it was. I raised my son there, Chad. He was homeschooled. And then when he became of age in 2000 something or other, he decided that, you know what, when I have a family one day, Mom, I don't want to be living in this home. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to raise my children and live in my business. And I just don't want to do that. I just don't want that. It's like living in a museum. That's what he used to tell me. I don't want to be that clean. And that's fine. It's not for everyone. And it does take a lot of discipline with that. So we decided at that point in time, you know what, why don't we separate home and office? And we did. And so Larry and I and Chad, we moved up to Schuylkill County, and the window of opportunity was Schuylkill County. Schuylkill County was the next upcoming county. Berks County was getting full where we were living. Schuylkill County was more promising. And so we went up into northern Berks County, which is not near Schuylkill County by any means, but we went to northern central Berks County, and right on 61, we did a traffic study, and the traffic study came back, as well as we had some great information from other people that said, this is a window of opportunity. Go here. And so we did. And when we got here, there wasn't a whole lot going on right here on this stretch of the Monopolis of Leesport, but it is now. It has grown, and it's a great community. It's a very receptive community. We have a great police force here, great fire company here. We just have the infrastructure here in Leesport is very welcoming to people. It's a nice drive for most. People from Schuylkill County don't have as far to go any longer. And when we went into Schuylkill County over the decades, it has opened up to other counties. Carbon County, Northampton County, other counties above Schuylkill and next to Schuylkill County now have become available that we're going to be building, that we do build homes there. The drive and the move to Leesport was well worth it. Larry built a state-of-the-art design center here. It is absolutely beautiful. If you ever get an opportunity to go on our website, we have what's called a Matterport on there. It'll take you through the entire design center, and it's always evolving. We have a chief of operations here. His name is Chris, and he's always doing something. He's tearing down something, ripping up something, and putting something new in. It's always evolving. And he has some exciting things coming up, let me tell you. And I'm going to take you on that journey every step of the way. I will be doing a video here in the next few days that's going to show you where we're doing some things in the showroom currently, right now, that's going to be very, very promising for a lot of people. And so we're very excited about doing that. But back to our history. In 2005, we opened up our new design center and new headquarters here in Leesport. My son, Chad, our only child, got married that year, and our daughter-in-law, Carrie, she was hired as our receptionist, and they fell in love. It was like love at first sight, and they got married, and Carrie, to this day, 19 years later, she's still working for us. Chad and Carrie partner together, just like Larry and I do. Chad is the assistant vice president, and Carrie is the head of job costing. She's the manager of job costing. So it's just a great opportunity for a family-run business, and it's an awesome thing to see that grow, and that your children will take the legacy of their father and move with it. And they have committed to that. Their daughters, Megan and Haley, our granddaughters, they've committed to that as well. They work here in the office part-time. They take turns up at the front desk as the receptionist, and they too are homeschooled. And it's just an amazing opportunity. We're so happy with our lives. We couldn't want anything better. We are truly blessed as a family, and our work family is just as blessed, as much as a blessing to us as anything. We believe that we have the most well-rounded staff than we have ever had. Chris he hires the new hirings in, and he has done a fantastic job with the people that we have right now. We just love them all, and it's a great team. We look forward to coming in and working with them every single day. Megan, my granddaughter Megan, she helps me do all of the social media that I do. I don't by far do all of it. I just do the podcast. I do some videos. I do some social media posting and things like that. And Megan's my assistant in that, and she is fantastic in that. It's amazing what the younger generation knows, that we have to work so hard to figure it all out. As far as the future goes, it is bright. It is so bright with Welbilt. We're going to continue on building and building and building. It's the best thing that ever came along. You meet new people every day. There's nothing ever boring about being a builder, ever. Something's always good going on, and we get to meet new people. I want to thank you for the opportunity to allow me to come to you today and share about the history of Welbilt Homes, where we've been, where we are, and where the future lies. In no way, shape, or form, or Larry and I considering retiring. That's neither one of us are geared that way. We would drive ourselves insane sitting at home all day long. So that's not going to happen. But we do enjoy being here with our staff and with our family working. And thank you for the opportunity. I'm glad that I could share this story with you. Until the next time, I'd like to see you again here on From the Foundation Up. Thank you.